for one day in May each year. This 90-mile stretch of State Route 318 in the Nevada desert is closed to the public and becomes a racetrack for the Nevada Open Road Challenge. Guy is competing in his own transit van. Alongside Guy will be his navigator, John Putnam.
What am I thinking? I'm thinking, don't set off the line like a madman.
30 seconds.
You could spin the tyres, fry the clutch, break the prop shaft. You could do something stupid off the line when there's no need to.
So we've got a left bend over the crest into a 3-mile straight.
It's a 90-mile race. Don't go mad off the line.
He pulled off in first, it sounded pretty good, and then he went for second and missed second. And he went for second again and missed it again. I was just like, oh, just put it in third, just put it in third. And it was still going as it went out of sight, so I was fairly happy then.
I got it into top gear and then started accelerating. I was a bit nervous, But I just thought, is he going to do the speed?
They've entered the 150 miles per hour class without the van having ever achieved that speed. Incredibly, in just 60 seconds from a standing start, Guy's 3-year-old transit van hits 150, and it's still accelerating.
158 miles an hour, 164 miles an hour.
And then the next thing, I know, John's having to slow it down because we're nearly 170 miles an hour.
Tap it down. How's it feel?
Good.
Okay, now we're at 160 right now, so that's great.
You're happy?
Yeah, I'm happy, yeah.
They're now covering the length of 3 tennis courts every second.
Once we got through that first couple of corners, we realized, oh, this is going to do it. Do a good job.
160 mile an hour in a transit van, no problem. Genuinely no problem. No problem at all.
Now for Guy, it's all about keeping it on the road. For John and his rally clock, it's about keeping them on pace to hit the perfect average speed.
Coming to a right-hand sweeper.
All the temperatures are good.
Okay. Got a 7-mile straight after this. Doing pretty good at 160.
Yeah, I'm only just touching the throttle, so it's not working it hard.
There's nothing to register your speed off because it's just vast open spaces. Miles and miles of nothingness.
How's it feeling through the curves?
A little wallowy, if not a fair bit wallowy. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a little wobbly, you can feel it.
You can feel the same as me, okay. That's good then.
When you go around the fast corners, it does feel like a ship at sea. And John was a bit uneasy, as I was.
It's kind of different being up this high when you're in the corner.
Yeah.
$56 miles into the event.
Okay. Temperatures and pressures all good.
And our tire pressures are looking good.
The van was pretty perfect. The van never missed a beat. The tyre pressures went up and stayed there. All the temperatures went up and stayed there. Perfect.
65 miles into the 90-mile race, they're approaching the most technical and dangerous part of the course.
Got less than 10 minutes to go.
Coming into the narrows soon, are we?
Yeah, we are.
Guy'll have to slow right down for the narrows. So they've built up a time buffer to keep on schedule for a 150 average.
37 in the back. Shall I ease off now?
Yeah, we probably should, yeah.
With so little testing, they've no idea at what speed the van can handle the tighter section.
I don't think it's as low as 70 through the narrows, but it's not going to be much more, is it?
No.
You can feel that.
John's John's computer shows their time buffer at 36 seconds. If Guy drives through the Narrows at 75 miles per hour, John's calculations say they should come out the other end on time.
Left turn into a right, right into a short straight. Short straight to a right turn. Right turn into a left. It's a long one. Left turn into a left. Left into a second left, exiting the canyon. And we're out of here.
Perfect.
They emerge safely from the Narrows, and the computer says they're almost bang on schedule.
And we're good. We lost a second. We're a second down. So we've got 6 miles.
In a van that nearly didn't make it to the start line, on a course Guy has never driven at speed before, they're now approaching the finish line on schedule and in contention.
Is that the finish down there?
Yep, we're almost there.
But John spots a problem.
We've got some time up here, I think.
Are we?
Yeah.
While Guy's readout shows him just a second off a perfect time, John realizes that the van's tires have expanded much more than he'd made allowance for, so his calibration for the last 90 miles has been wrong. He quickly recalculates and reprograms his computer. They're massively off target.
We might have a lot of time up, actually.
What shall I do?
Slow it down.
Brake.
Yeah, we can't go much slower. We're lowering our tech speed now, so.
They cross the line 8 seconds ahead of a perfect time, but Guy's reaction is relief.
Wait, we survived.
We did.
We survived, mate.
Yeah, it did make it. It's good.
I'm impressed he's made it.
We hit the line at 0, but there was a slight calibration issue.
Well, what do you reckon happened with the time there, then?
But I was having to adjust up with the clock after we did the tire pressure change. So
Right. Is that what it is?
there was a long jump between adjustments.
You know, because the tyres expand, and you can't account for that. John hadn't had experience with that, his equipment in that van to get the time perfect.
Thank you very much, mate.
Hey, thank you. It was a blast.
The winner in Guy's class was Robert Wood. In his Ultima GTR, he got within 1/100th of a second of the perfect time. Guy came 14th.
That's as good as we could do, and we still averaged 150 mile an hour. We just averaged 150.7 mile an hour. We have done the job, the van's done the job.
Well, where else in the world can you do that?
Road down, yeah. No, it was fun.
Where else can you do that? I think that's it now. Pack in the bike. I'm going van racing. Still got me thing in the van. You've got a bags in the back.
Yeah.
Hey, in the van. Thank you.
Right, it was
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.
It's been an experience. A mad Englishman coming over in a work van.
Yeah.
It is fast. It's not just fast for a van, it is fast.
Hythe in Kent. 16 miles south of Dover, 24 miles west of France.
The wind's not quite right, but it's getting late. It's not getting, time's not on our side. So we're going to go anyway. We're going to go anyway. But it is blowing a bit that way. We've got Dungeness over there, the nuclear power station. You see that? But don't worry, I'm all right. I'm not going to end up in the reactor. I hope not, anyway. No, there's a firing range over there, so they'll sort me out before I get to the reactor. They'll sort me out. They'll sort me out. Ready for action. Ready for action. That wind has come down a treat, hasn't it?
Guy gets up to a convenient height so he can be towed across to the start line on Hythe Beach.
Okay.
A bit more up, yeah.
As he's led carefully across Prince's Parade, the swirling wind makes the task ahead seem daunting.
Sorry, the wind is just changing all the time. This is really complicated, and don't worry, it's weird wind today.
That's a lot of water, isn't it? Are they ready for us in France?
Guy starts his first ever outdoor flight.
A bit more.
All being well, the next land he touches will be French. But the balloon's surface area is so large that even a light wind makes it hard to get lined up.
Give more power and more angle on the right one. The wind has changed a bit. A bit on the left, progressive, slowly, slowly. No. Try to go up.
I'm trying. I am trying.
Try to pedal a bit faster.
Sheer leg power helps Guy to eventually make progress.
This is good, you're doing well.
The ground team now have to run to keep up.
The speed is excellent with all this day. That's good news. Go.
But then, just 100 meters from where he took off, a gust pushes the airship 90 degrees to the right and down.
Stop pedaling. Stop.
Guy's first ever outdoor flight finishes with Guy's first ever crash landing.
I was just going along there quite nicely, really, and then suddenly I was veering off there, and then the next thing I ended up going that way, and Stefan said, stop pedalling, and I didn't have to come into the ground with a bit of a smash, do you see? It didn't break anything. You can't account for the gust, you can have all the feel in the world, and if you can't see the gust coming.
Unwilling to risk another unpredictable gust making the airship crash into the sea, all the team can do is wait for the next weather window to open.
Stefan's experience is saying call it a draw. This is, so you've never flown in conditions as bad as this?
No.
Right. We can't go to France like that.
On the morning of September the 6th, the whole crew scramble into action once again.
We've been here since 4:30. Yeah, weather's perfect.
At 7:30 a.m, the 24-mile journey to France begins.
This way?
Yeah, it's good.
The first mile is all about establishing straight and level flight. It's a warm day, but Guy is less concerned with hydration and more concerned with fine-tuning his ballast. It's full steam ahead. By 8 a.m, Guy has travelled 1.9 miles. At this rate, the crossing will take 6 hours, assuming a problem doesn't develop. Unfortunately, a problem does develop.
My bollocks are numb. I'll sort the seat out, mate. I'll sort the seat out.
Guy can't change his saddle angle unless he stops pedalling.
It's not tipped down enough.
But if he stops pedalling, he might hit the water.
Get a bit high and then make some adjustments.
He doesn't quite make his adjustments in time.
Careful. To the front. Careful. Go back.
But wet socks and a malfunctioning undercarriage are the least of his problems. A crosswind has picked up, blowing Guy back to Britain.
Guy, the wind is getting wrong side. That's why it's complicated for you to keep the...
No, we'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Anglo-French relations are deteriorating.
Try to go this way.
Yeah, don't matter. You're okay. Just a minute. Let me talk. Thank you.
Visibility is also a problem. It's a typical late summer day where high pressure has brought humid air. The moisture creates haze. A minimum of 5 miles visibility is required so any supertankers have time to avoid Guy. But the White Cliffs of Dover are 4 miles away and almost hidden. Then changeable weather strikes again. A 10 miles per hour wind is forecast to arrive, 3 times the level Stefan feels is safe for Guy.
Guy, if you like, can we go down and just to talk about what we are doing?
Okay.
Guy is not one to shy away from a challenge, but the safety-conscious aviation rule of thumb is it's better to avoid an issue rather than deal with one.
We've got a few problems.
Can we not go to France, Stefan? Why can't we go to France?
Wind has been playing too much.
We'll just keep pedaling. We've got all day. It's only 8:30.
No, it's sorry, because there is aeronautic rules. We have to decide to stop a flight if we see that the wind is too strong and we won't be anymore in control.
Okay.
The mission has to be aborted.
I could taste the frog's legs. I thought we was there.
Guy and Stefan simply have different approaches to risk.
There's mine, which is a bit gunno. Give off a chelpin, get on with it. Where Stefan would be very cautious. Hey, I might be the wrong one. He might be the right one.
On the way back to shore, they attempt an impromptu speed record as a consolation prize. The fastest the airship has ever flown is 5.1 knots.
8.2, 9, this is good, you make it 10 knots, 12, 13.
Guy manages an incredible 13.7 knots, meaning muscular propulsion alone has powered 200 kilograms along at 16 miles per hour.
Did you see how fast it was? That's impressive. It's just so good.
Guy has pedalled a total of 6 miles and made it to the coast safely. It's just the wrong coast.
I just wanted to get to France. Now I'm going to go to sleep tonight and just think, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm bloody disappointed. Bloody disappointed. But I can see where Stefan's coming from. I am honoured that you've given me the opportunity to try and get to France in your airship. I think it's great. You know, you spent your life getting this ready. It's great. But I'm just disappointed. I think we've got unfinished business. So I would like it if we could have another go.
Well, if you're happy to do it again, I would be very happy to go again with you, because you're doing very well.
Thank you very much, Stefan.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks for the chance,
Thank you.
mate.
It's the day of Guy Martin's bid to pilot the fastest ever human-powered boat. He's at Brayford Pool, in the middle of his hometown of Lincoln. The local Sea Scout hut is his makeshift workshop,
All right, Doc.
while plenty of well-wishers have come along to offer support to their local hero.
What are you? D-Day. All right. A few folk about, isn't there? Yeah. It could be a record-breaking day. We will find out one thing today. We've got Lincoln University's contraption, and we've got Mike's contraption. We're going to see today which is better, the twin-hull catamaran or the single-hull canoe-looking contraption. Is Plan A or Plan B the quicker of the two?
6 months development is about to be put to the test. Guy has to beat more than 21 miles per hour to set a new record. As he cruises out in front of a marina lined with crowds,
Lovely day for it, isn't it?
it looks like being a long way off.
Yeah, not very quick.
The record attempt begins.
Come on, Guy.
Guy gives it his all. A 100 meters later, it's all over. There was no sign of hydrofoiling.
I'll turn round, eh?
He pedals back, dejected and exhausted. The whole team know the attempt has come up short, but Guy is satisfied he couldn't have done any more.
There's just nothing. The harder I go, the harder it is.
It becomes apparent what the problem has been. For the past week, Lincoln has experienced a heat wave, and the boat is now covered in the weeds which have rapidly grown as a result of it. According to foiling expert Mike Cook, that's fatal.
It's amazing what difference just a tiny little bit of that stuff makes. You can feel like 1 or 2 strands on the foils.
Is that right?
The speed just goes.
You can feel a
the
strand of
difference.
weed?
Yeah, it's kind of one of the big drawbacks of hydrofoils. They really like being nicely finished, and they like being immaculate, really.
You're not fancying your machine in Lincoln?
Not in that, no.
What a waste of time?
I think so.
Is that
I think-
right?
Yeah. Well, you put all the effort in, and you're trying to drive the prop, and the prop's just pushing, but the boat's pushing back.
Without a long enough stretch of clear water, it's pointless continuing.
It's all about taking part. Not really. We're not here just to take, we're here to... Oh, well done. Good effort. No.
Discovering which boat is fastest now rests on finding a new location.
Right, we need to find some cleaner water. I think you need to make some calls.
Some hurried overnight rearrangements have brought the whole crew to the crystal clear Carsington water in the Peak District.
We're confident. We're all confident, aren't we? We're all confident. All right. Yeah?
It's the first time this boat has ever been in the water with both the propeller and Guy.
Look at the ball.
A problem immediately becomes apparent.
Yeah.
His knees don't fit.
Yeah. Can we give us the Dremel and do it here? Yeah, wash your head, mate.
The remedy is simple.
Right, shall I try that?
Yeah.
All right, sure. Yeah.
Guy takes his machine for a low-speed trial. The propeller pushes him forward, and the outriggers stop him from capsizing, even in choppy water. But the outriggers seem to be adding drag, preventing the boat from rising up on its foils.
Look! I don't know if that was a hint of a bit of foil there. Is that a wave?
Guy needs more speed to overcome the drag, something that can hopefully be achieved with a bigger gear.
Another tooth or two wouldn't hurt, would it? This gearing change might make a bit of difference. I'll get a bit more RPM out of the props, maybe, which then might create a bit more thrust, which then hopefully might get it on the foil.
Guy heads out for his timed run.
Right, come on then, come on.
He aims for the start line and pedals as fast as he can. The boat is on the edge of foiling, but can't quite break clear of the surface. It means Guy is having to power through the drag of the water, which is exhausting. He crosses the finish line, totally spent.
But I couldn't do any more than that. I'm tasting blood there. I'm going for it. What an amazing experience, this whole thing. Hey, this is amazing how far we are and with the brains we've got. Look at the brains we've got and the effort that's been put in, and we're still a country mile off.
As he cruises out to the course, the early signs look good.
You've got so much less
Turbulence.
turbulence off
Right.
the rudder now, it's unbelievable.
Conditions are near perfect.
Bit of ventilation on, I think. Beautiful, isn't it? Hey? Beautiful. Right, come on.
For the second time, Guy is off and pedaling as hard as he can.
Go on! Push! Push! Give it! Push! Well done, well done.
Well done, mate, that looked good.
Good effort, good effort.
Yeah, I can see you.
Well, a damn sight better than yesterday.
Yeah. It looked absolutely fantastic. And to be honest, Guy did a fabulous effort there. I don't think he'll be talking for a few minutes. But look forward to see what speed it was. Over.
Come on, Mike, come on. Enough of the suspense, boy. What's up? Come on, who did what?
Right, yeah, we had the mono hull earlier on.
Yeah.
And the best speed that we got over the 100 metres with the atomic clock timing it was 5.54 miles per hour. And we had the catamaran from Lincoln University over the 100 metres, did an average speed of 5.5 miles per hour.
As tight as that.
So very close. Well done both teams.
The single-hold design won by just 0.03 miles per hour, a result so close that everyone feels they've had a modicum of success.
I'll have mates back at work and they'll say, how fast did you go? And I'll say 5.54. And they'll say, that's not very quick. What was the record? I'll say, I won't look them in the eye. 21 mile an hour. And they'll squeal at us. They'll laugh. They'll laugh. But what were you doing? I was having a go. This here is the ultimate, really. It'll take a bit of nerve, I think. It'll take a bit of nerve.
Front gate's locked down. Pits are
Race director Mike Cook gives the team the green light.
Matt, everything's locked down.
Thank you. Okay, guy, whenever you're ready. Okay.
Guy's about to attempt a 5-mile-long balancing act.
Guys, shut it off, shut it off, shut it down.
What the heck? Gosh, this pisses me off.
Crew chief Matt immediately heard something was wrong.
Yeah, what happened there?
It sounded like you had one engine quit.
The team suspect an electrical fault because the salt air often attacks wiring looms. Every inch of the machine has to be inspected because at Bonneville, even small issues can be fatal. It only adds to the tension as Guy lines up once again to try and run without stabilizers for the first time.
Go.
Soon, crew chief Matt's chase car is driving at 130 miles per hour.
Are you going as fast as you can? Wow.
Guy is simply disappearing. The fastest Guy has ever gone on a racing motorbike is 203 miles per hour. The dashboard speedo reveals the landmark moment. He sets his own personal land speed record. Not bad for the first run without training wheels.
Show off.
Okay, he's pulling into the pits.
I thought I was doing 60, but I looked down, I was doing 120, and I just thought, well, I feel all right. So I pushed on 150, kept in fit, just went full throttle. Next thing I know, I'm looking 210, 250, and then I got looking where I was going. I'm not saying it's boring, but it wasn't far off.
Are you serious?
But I'm being sensible, I'm not being stupid.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love you, I love you.
The team is hoping to go even faster than the 217 miles per hour they achieved last time out.
I can't feel much wind at all.
2 parachutes are packed because Guy will need all the help he can get slowing the streamliner down before the end of the 11-mile course.
The deal was, put the canopy on, get ready to go, and then Matt gives me number 1, start on 1 engine, give me number 2, start on number 2 engine, puts a thumbs up, he walks away, and then I count 10 until I set off. That's simple. Yeah, because I count 15 because I'm quite excited to go, so I'm sure my 10 would be 5.
Little did Guy know that 48 seconds after starting, he would have one of the most dangerous moments of his life.
I changed from first to second quite early, probably 3,000, 4,000 RPM, and then from then, get it into it. Accelerating as fast as I can.
He's freaking smoking!
Oh, we're going all right. Keep pressing on. Got to about 190 something. Then I got into a rather big wave. I don't really know what happened. I was looking out the side window to look at where I was going. And this weave turned into a weave and then got into a right weave, and I just thought, well, that's it, we're over. I couldn't hold it, so I had to lock my knees to the handlebars, and that then it sort of brought it straight. Yeah, accelerate again.
Oh my God.
Got to 270 something.
Smoking past 2. Shoots out. Shoots out.
We've got a few issues, we need to sort them out.
An investigation that evening by data engineer James reveals the 200 miles per hour wobble may have been caused by ruts at the 5-mile mark.
We found a bunch of donuts around the actual mile marker, and if you look at the data, that's right where the high-speed wobble occurred. So I'm not saying that's exactly what caused it, but it sure is a coincidence.
Despite being regularly dragged and polished, the salt's not in good enough condition to make any more fast runs. This first week of testing is over.
Awesome job to everyone. Thanks, Guy, for coming to do this, because this is
very much for all the effort everyone puts in.
Yeah.
The job's done
But
right.
yours
I feel now with confidence.
Yeah,
Thanks for letting us have a go.
Are there any other technical things that you guys wanted to mention or bring up at this point? Anyone at all? Concerns or thoughts or?
We haven't got enough tea bags. We ran out of tea bags yesterday.
It's just been amazing. It's been, yeah, and I don't say that about it. It's been an amazing experience. It's been an amazing experience, but yeah, unfinished business.
Yes, yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks everybody.
Record's on, definitely. 100%.
All the way from Grimsby in Lincolnshire, Guy Martin is aiming to take the Triumph Rocket Streamliner into the record books. Good luck, Guy, and give him hell.
You seen the electric car? It's the size of the barbecue.
This is 82.3 K-Jazz on your FM dial, where the hits are smooth and golden, just the way you like them.
For the first time in 5 weeks, and in front of the world's press, Guy is towed out to the course.
Okay.
Some damp patches remain in the salt, making the streamliner hard to control and shocking the normally cool-headed Guy.
No! Whoa!
So loose, he was trying to dig his own ruts and trying to fight to get it out of the road. And I got it the first time. I thought, oh, that was a bit near. And the next thing I know, I'm on the side without no warning.
The team work fast to get the streamliner ready again, and Guy heads out for a run. Hits 209 miles per hour, but the machine struggles to rev cleanly. One of the engines has no oil pressure, possibly caused by debris in the system after the bike toppled over. Eight hours later, and the team are still trying to cure the problem. Guy has been in America for 5 days and only done one run. It's not his usual rate of work.
Yeah, I'm just a bit paid off. It is a science project, and it's not a race team.
Guy prepares to make what he hopes is the fastest run of his life.
10-4. Okay. Okay, let's go.
Underway right now. I got it. He's down.
Ah, stop.
Stop, 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 stop.
9 and a quarter, 9 and a quarter. He's okay. Calm down, no fire, no smoke.
She crashes well. She does crash well.
The streamliner became unstable when the rear wheel lost traction at 70 miles per hour. Despite multiple impacts, the cockpit remained intact and kept Guy safe.
I didn't do anything wrong. Are we okay? Can we go again? Yeah, usually with conventional motorbikes is you crash and it's tarmac sky, tarmac ambulance. But in this it was quite, yeah, just a roller coaster, just round and round and round and round and round and stop.
It was just wet, soupy salt. You know, looking at the data, the traction control just couldn't keep up. You know, he's getting into the turbos. And then he went down and went over and hit the tail, and that kind of spun him around, and then he went back up and high-sided the other way. So it was really a double high-side.
Maybe the salt one today, but that doesn't matter. We'll be back.
Patience then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
Still,
you.
it's been an honour.
Thank you, man.
No, thank you.
It's been awesome.